Welcome to Dave's Cooking Show, and for you today we have 2-rack ribs, and they're real easy to do. First thing we got to do is make up a rub for our ribs. So here's how you do that. 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of black pepper, 2 tablespoons of paprika, 2 tablespoons of cumin, 2 tablespoons of garlic powder, 2 tablespoons of onion powder, 2 tablespoons of chili powder, 4 tablespoons of salt, and 2 teaspoons to a tablespoon of cayenne powder. Then you just want to mix everything together and basically put it in a sealed container. I'm not exactly sure how long this stuff will last, but I'd say at least a month. And you don't have to use it just for ribs. You can use it for other things. Chicken, other pieces of pork, burger seasoning probably. So yeah, just give this a stir and seal. And as long as you keep it dry, should be fine. And then realize the bowl you wanted to stir it in is way too small. And make sure to slop some on the counter. Okay, so here are our 2 racks of ribs, baby back ribs. I did remove the membrane, if I remember correctly, because I did ribs almost back to back. And I wanted to run an experiment. Does removing the membrane actually do anything? And I don't know if it did anything, but the ones that I removed the membrane on, I don't know, just tasted better. My opinion. So you want to generously put the rub on. Don't worry. You want that nice bark, so don't be stingy with it. Again, you want your smoker fired up to about 250-ish, somewhere between 250, 300. A little bit low, a little bit slow. Or if you want to take the extra time, then, 225. I would not go much beyond 300, though, and 300 for me is almost pushing it. Because, again, you don't want the fat to congeal. You want the fat to render. Smoke time's a couple of hours, or until the ribs reach an internal temperature of 165. Yes, I know there are people that say, oh, you can have mid-well ribs, but I just can't do it. Pigs are filthy fucking animals. Alright, I'll see you after the ribs have been smoked. But while the ribs are smoking, we of course have to make a sauce, because what the hell are ribs without sauce? Alright, so in the pot already we have 1.5 cups of ketchup, to which I added 2 tablespoons of yellow mustard, a 1/4 cup of Worcestershire sauce, and a 1/2 cup of apple cider vinegar. Then you want to add 2 teaspoons of onion powder, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, a tablespoon of paprika, 2 teaspoons of pepper, and then at some point a 1/2 cup of water. And then you want to put this on your range, bring to a boil, lower the heat, and then simmer for 30 minutes, stirring occasionally. And of course, hunt around the kitchen like a jackass, looking for something to stir it with. What in the hell was I looking for here? Jesus fucking Christ. Dave, what are you doing, you stupid jackass? So, yeah. Give it a stir. And like we said, bring to a boil, simmer for 30 minutes, and we'll be good to go. Okay, the ribs are done, and they look better than Margot Robbie's tits. Alright, cut some ribs. Don't worry, that pink is a smoke ring. They're done. Put some sauce on them, and that's really it. 2 rack ribs. Done.